As we all pay attention and root for Canada in the Winter Olympics, there's a wonderful story. I actually laughed out loud when I saw some of the videos. Our next guest, Simona Stallone, is a Canadian content creator, and she is behind something called the Out of Shape Olympics. Now, when I first heard about what this was, I thought, well, what does that mean exactly? And I don't understand how that would work. And what Simona Stallone has managed to do is, I think, take what every Canadian has ever wondered about maybe, hey, how would I do in the Olympics? Only I have absolutely no experience in the particular discipline that I want to be in. I'd just be curious to see how I would do, and that's exactly what she has done, and she is on the line. Simona, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I said to you before we started, I love what you're doing. I think this is great. We're calling it, you're framing it the Out of Shape Olympics. First of all, explain what it is and then where you got the idea to do this from.
Yeah, so the Out of Shape Olympics is basically, again, like you mentioned, just answering the question of how would an average, regular, out-of-shape person do if they were just plopped into the Olympics. It really is a play on the whole theory or question of how funny would it be if we just picked Olympic athletes like jury duty, and now you are representing your country in luge. And that's just so silly. And it kind of started in a silly way, too. My partner and I were sitting and having dinner. This was back in 2024, right before the Paris Games started. And we were talking about this exact same conversation, how it would be so funny. Why don't the Olympics add an average Joe category, so to speak? And he just said, well, why don't you just do it? And I was like, okay, why don't I just do it? So we started planning and filming almost immediately after that. And the Paris Games, the 2024, was the Summer Olympics. That was the first time we did it. We probably did 31 events. It was wild. So it's kind of a no-brainer to bring it back for the Winter Games.
First of all, I had no idea you had done this in 2024. I'm only finding about this as I think a lot of people are now. How did you get people to actually, I know you've done stuff like in Olympic-sized pools. Did you have any pushback from people saying, what are you doing? This is silly?
I don't think any pushback. I think everybody who I tell about this is super receptive. Everybody, they're very encouraging. I'm very lucky to say I haven't had any pushback. For the Summer Olympics, it was a lot easier to film. It was just myself, my partner. We had him filming and a tripod, and that was really all we needed.
Right.
And then the drone, but we didn't need any extra people. However, for the Winter Olympics, we've definitely had to rely on a lot more people. We've definitely had to use a lot more friends and family and strangers to get this stuff done, get it filmed. But I will say every single time, 100%, the reception has been very positive.
That's great. I saw one video going back to the Summer Games. Did you do the 20-kilometer speed walk? Did you try that?
I did. The 20-kilometer speed
walk.
How'd that go? That one went super well. So I like to walk normally. I live downtown Toronto, so I'm a walker. I go everywhere. I thought I was going to absolutely crush it. No, they're basically doing a marathon. It's just walking kind of silly, no offense to speed walkers. But my partner was on a bike in front of me just filming it. I really did do the whole thing. I try and make everything as accurate as possible, so I did do the full 20 kilometers. My partner's on the bike in front of me basically saying, hurry up, the shot's not good. You have to get up here a little bit more. And I'm like, what the heck do you mean? It's kilometer 16. I can't go any faster than this. So yeah, we do it all.
Okay. And then at the end of this, all the best part is you compare your time to finish an event, an actual Olympic event, to the worst performer in the actual Olympics. Not the best, but the worst. And how do you do?
Yeah, so we try and do a little bit of a highlight. It is for poking fun in terms of look how terrible the average person actually does, or look how poorly I did in this situation. But really it is to also highlight not only the people who come in first, which I also do mention, but the people who come in last. It is an amazing feat just to get to the Olympics, and it's very simple to judge someone who came in last place, but that person is the best person in their entire country. There is so much that goes into getting to that level that I do think that person needs to be highlighted as well.
It's funny. When I saw these and then started reading about your story, I thought to myself, you know what? This is something, and I bet you're not alone, and I wonder if you heard this from people who've commented on your videos, that other people might like to try just to see sort of where you fit in. Now, you're not necessarily an athlete or athletic. You're just kind of an average Joe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Sorry, go ahead.
No. So you've decided to go ahead and do these. Did you think going in that you would do a lot better or at least finish a lot closer than you actually did in any of these events?
Oh, yeah. It depends on the sport, but there are some that I went in full delusion that I was like, oh, this is mine. I'm the winner here. For example, I just did speed skating, and I grew up figure skating. I I still recreationally skate, I can go pretty fast. Like, I'm like a good skater. So I was like, ooh, this is it. This is the one where I'm going to like make it close or close enough.
Okay.
Joke was on me. The speed skating is completely different than regular skating. So that was a whole new learning curve of learning how to use the skates. And other than that, it's just like, I guess a surprising one, that one I didn't think I was going to be as good at, but I was actually, I will say, okay at very lightly, was skeleton. I did the skeleton. I was pretty good. I was pretty good at that the first time. So that was another surprising one too.
So where'd you find a skeleton track?
Yeah. So I commit to the bit. I'm a content creator. Like, this is my job. So we called it a work trip, and I flew from Toronto out to Vancouver, BC. From Vancouver, we drove out to Whistler, and we went to the Whistler Olympic Park, specifically the Whistler Sliding Center, and we used their track, the same one they used in Vancouver 2010.
And were you not scared out of your mind? You're lying face down, going at like, what, 40, 50 kilometers an hour? Were you not at all scared doing this?
Oh, I was definitely scared. And sorry to correct you a little bit, I was going 96.2 kilometers an hour. Yeah, they give you your time.
Wow.
I was terrified, but the first time I go down, I kind of go into like a show mode. Like, it's like the cameras are on, I have to perform. There's no time to be scared. So I went down the first time. They send you down twice. Just because they're like, the first time you're going to kind of black out, but the second time you'll have fun. So the first time I went down, I was fully ready. I was taking in all the tips the instructor gave us, which is basically to do nothing, to act like a sack of potatoes, and you will do as well as possible. And I was so relaxed, again, loosely, but it was so scary. But I did super well the first time. I went down, and it was so great. My time was the best out of everybody that went. I think there was 20 of us. But the second time around, that time I knew what to expect, and that time I was scared. That was a lot.
I would ask, after having done all of this, maybe it's a dumb question, but has it made you think that, you know what, you're only 27, I think, right? So you're young.
I just turned 29. Yeah.
29, okay. Would you think maybe to actually try to get involved in any Olympic sport and think that you might be able to compete?
So, delusionally, yes. Like, I do want to. I'm like constantly Googling like easiest sport to qualify for the Olympics for, and trying to see what I could do to get in for that. But I just feel like that would be, again, I'm an actress. I'm a showman. So I think it's really funny if I will call it season 3 of Out of Shape Olympics. Wouldn't it be really funny if I trained really hard and tried to qualify for one? So that might be where the series is going. Who knows? I will try to do something, or at least I will try to get better. So I'll have some comparisons moving forward. But
the great part about doing that, just from personal experience, I thought many years ago, I was speed walking. I thought I was pretty good at it, right? I was flying at the gym. People were looking at you and thinking, wow, you should consider whatever. So I went and looked at the Canadian standard for actually qualifying, right, for the Olympics. And I was like 2 minutes off over like 1,000 meters. And I realized, okay, perhaps not. Have you actually looked? You can compare like what the standards are for different disciplines. Have you actually gone to that length?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I haven't, because in my brain I was like, I'll just do it. That's how I think that's pretty accurate to how the entire series works, of me just saying, I'll just do it.
Right.
But the second I will, that's when the delusional dream will end. So we're going to ride out that wave a little longer.
How have you not found a corporate sponsor yet?
Oh, I would love to get one. I would love it. If anybody would love to sponsor me, please go for it. But yeah, I'm still waiting. Right now, the whole thing is funded by myself and my partner.
Okay.
We work together. But I will say a lot of the events we got this time were given to us for free from some of these partnerships that we did in exchange for like making videos and doing promotion. But again, the Out of Shape Olympics is a self-funded passion project.
Look, we have to wrap up. For people who want to see this, where do they go? Where do you send them online?
Yep. So you can check it out on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, or TikTok. My username is The Other Stallone, like Sylvester Stallone, because that's my last name, The Other Stallone. Or if you just type in Out of Shape Olympics, it should come up.
I think it's a wonderful thing you're doing, and thank you for the laughs. It's been a lot of fun watching you too. You're not giving up yet. Is there more to come?
Oh, there's so much more to come.
Okay.
I'm going to fit so much in the next couple days.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the time, Simona. Really appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This
is bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years. And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.